Blasphemous. I was pretty interested in this game last year when it came out because of the art style. The art style is amazing, but it otherwise mostly looked like your kind of run-of-the-mill Castlevania type of game. Well, that said, I am being forced to play it now, so let's go. And get out of here, test save file. Don't really need that anymore. Just up to the first boss, but I wanted to at least get a handle on the game before I really jumped into it.
Because it is my guilt, I claim your grievous miracle. Make my chest hurt with regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep. Shape my guilt once again.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
Between this game, Darksiders, Binding of Isaac, Persona 5, it's like there's really been a theme on the channel as of late, hasn't there? You might say, Persona 5, well, think about it. Guilt made manifest, physically and tangibly? Come on. Also, all the other Christian comparisons to that game, which I'm not even going to go on about. Alright, so yeah, you get your slashes. I don't know, the animations especially just really remind me of Hollow Knight. I think it's the kind of after image of the sword. But I mean, aside from that, it is you got parry, you got dash, same sort of movement as you'd expect. So yeah, not too bad at all. I have played up to the second boss so far, just because, like I said, with a game like this, I want to really make sure that yes, we're going full Dark Souls with the save system. Yeah, I wanted to make sure absolutely that I had a basic handle on the gameplay of this, because it did seem pretty. It seems like it's going to get pretty rough pretty quickly. All right, tutorial boss. Let's go. Like I said, art style's pretty great. It's just for the most part, yeah, it is just, you know, I mean, it's Castlevania. It's just in a very different type of, like, monsters and myths sort. I don't know, certainly, like, you know, vampires and werewolves and everything do have their own, like, Christian mythology comparisons. Devouring the soul, and you know, the people who make pacts with the devil so as to gain the form of a wolf. It's just this one takes an interesting turn. You know, compared to other games, though, I don't even think I'm even going to try to unravel the story of Blasphemous. It seems like a little bit outside of my pay grade. And I do know where to get that. So I will be coming back for this a little bit later.
Regretful be the heart, penitent one. The anguish of the eldest brother has now come to an end. I am Deo Gracias, witness to and narrator of the acts of the grievous miracle. Such is my penance, as yours is silence. The Cradle of Affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the Mother of Mothers of the Churches. It is a remote place separated from the rest of these lands by a great sacred and forbidden door. Even a wise penitent like me knows nothing of what lies beyond those high walls. However, what I do know is that, according to the rule, one must carry out the 3 humiliations to gain access to what they guard. One of them must be performed in the high mountains, covered in thick blankets of snow and ice. Another in the depths of a dark, entombed church where the sleeper lies. And the last one at the end of the trail, carved by moans that claw their way out of an iron spiral. In the bowels of the bell named Hondo that grows into the earth. Take this thorn and place it on the handle of your sword. If, when the time comes, as you grip your weapon firmly, you notice that it wounds you and makes you bleed, having grown, with more thorns sprouting from it, writhing over the figure of the Father carved into the knob, that will mean that you are at the mercy of the grievous miracle, whether for its punishment or its forgiveness.
All right. Great. Thank you, narrator man. There is lore for everything, too. I guess I'll take a look at it, but it's like, yeah, like I said, I don't know. Think this one is above my pay grade. Well, anyway, yeah, it's definitely an interesting idea to see, like, physically and tangibly sin and forgiveness being manifested in people, although it does seem to be mostly of a sort that is not quite, preferable? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see some people who got more, blessed by the gift rather than cursed. Oh, yes, and there are instant kill attacks. Hey, after I just finished up with Darksiders, ain't gonna get away from that quickly, am I? Alright. So, yeah, parry also seems to be a pretty big mechanic in the game, and getting those to be, like, nailed easily is gonna be important for not getting totally bodied at every single turn. And no rolling in midair. This ain't exactly Dead Cells. But yeah, that's good though. Magic does seem to be pretty powerful. It's just also, it's hard to tell exactly when you want to be using that, for example. Now you're just gonna let me go. All right, sure. I'll take it. But yeah, I am also gonna have to, I don't know. You can on the map create some, yeah. This is gonna be a lot of backtracking here. You can also create some, I don't know, marks, which I suppose I'm going to want to do if the game's not going to be providing it for me. It all really depends on what exactly I'm going to be given. It's hard to say if I'm going to be going for 100%, because like I said, at least after seeing the first boss or so, this game does seem kind of on the tough side. I'll see by the end of this, though. Hey. Custodia. There's your basic collection-y type thing. I was told that the timing is apparently pretty generous for the parry, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be hitting it on every single attempt. I'll try, but we'll see. And yeah, I'll try to get as many execution type of moves as I possibly can, even though, I'd rather just kill the enemies.
The miracle has forsaken us, and my ornate throne turns its back on those who await here.
Well, yeah, no, I already saw that. Respawns all the enemies, but whatever. It's not like it's all that big of a deal anyway. Before I talk to these guys, one of the things that I saw when I was kind of testing out the game was... Nah. So I guess it's just random. You get a dog there that you can pet. And damn Twitter account taking over video games, I tell you.
Be the heart, penitent one. Welcome to Albero, sanctuary to this humble brotherhood of the Kissers of Wounds. Few remain here who can still employ it, but Tirso is my name. There are few of us who still care for the sick and ailing. With devout kisses, we bless the wounds of those who seek our protection. Thus both we and they remain at the mercy of the miracle. Time outside these walls passes by strangely. In sundowns we need not contemplate. But if your penance happens to carry you under set skies, be so kind as to bring us some ingredients for our ointments. The will in the miracle shall show you which ones they are.
All right. I'll look forward to it. Also, the old, time is convoluted. But I suppose it seems to be more of a, just because it's always the same day. I'm going for full Nier Automata again. Or just regular Nier.
Penitent one, you who carry the painful guilt in your cracked hands. Lend it to us and alleviate our burden. Lend it to us and wipe away our tears. Because it is an act of penitence.
Great. It's exactly what I need. Unlock combat techniques. Maybe I should go see what's up with that. What do you got for combat techniques here? Ah, I see. Okay. Nothing I can get as of just yet, but I suppose I need to level it up then to 7 in total, it seems. Down in X. I mean, sure. Why not? It seems like a pretty good move, your basic down stab. I don't know if it's going to come with full-on pogo ability, but I'll take it. The Grievous Miracle. And it's definitely an interesting idea. That it's like, hey, sure, it does seem like something of a curse by itself, but I suppose that, if you found a type of poison ivy that when you rubbed it all over yourself, it created a perfect a simulacra of the face of Jesus or something, you would probably see it as being divine. And I mean, how could you possibly argue? Still, I don't know. It seems that when you have to be at the mercy of it, and when you have so many people that are just kind of wildly attacking you at all points in time, that, well, some people might find that somewhat objectionable, but then again, it's like, it is proof of faith, is it not? Oh, yeah, these guys. Well, like, first example, it seems, of where you actually really do want to get that parry timing down. But thankfully, it's pretty easy, because, you know, as soon as you get near them, you just mash on that attack. Mea culpa, I suppose, is the name of the sword that I'm using, as the one that started the miracle in the first place, according to that beginning cutscene. Hard to say. Whenever I think of that phrase, though, I always think of the track of the same name off of... Yeah, I knew it. Off of My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Pretty good song. Probably a pretty good track that would accompany this game, to be honest. Probably don't want to do blind falls, but, you know, it's fine. Look, I haven't even used my health flasks just yet. My divine bile. But, soon enough, I would guess, with characters like these. First example of what seems to be, like, sort of mini-boss level dudes to be fighting. And unlike regular Castlevania, at least as far as I can tell, well, modern Castlevanias, it does seem like you can just sort of fall off into bottomless pits. There are bottomless pits in this game, which is something that's kind of frustrating, but I mean, what am I going to do about it? By the way, let's actually take a look at, like, a... Sure, why not? Give me the lore. Alright, cool. And there are also, like, so many collectibles around here. Including, random body parts. Why not? Well, random pieces of people. Yeah. I'm gonna get to see that? I don't know, we'll see. What did I just do there? I think I just pressed something that I didn't want to press. But, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, come on now. This game, again, does look very good. Like, I love this art style. And, I mean, I didn't even want to play, like, the demo back in the day. It was just like, I don't know, though. This sort of seems like, yeah, basic Castlevania, kind of like semi-Castlevania, semi-Dark Souls inspired game. What can I say? All right. I did try playing this with keyboard earlier. Nah, it works significantly better with the controller, unfortunately, like every game I try to play. But hey, I at least gave it an attempt. There we are. And let's continue here. As with every single one of these games, I always want to just go in and out every door that you possibly can to make sure that one of them does not just hold a clandestine save point around here. Because that can be somewhat frustrating. Alright. Same thing. Oh, sure. Man. That's pretty rough. But anyway, let's just keep continuing here. Well, there's the snowy wastelands that I was told about, but that was the second one that I was supposed to be going to. Wherein olive trees wither. Because it's so snowy, I guess. Well, I'll at least get the save point before going anywhere else. Like I said, it's important to just explore around as per usual with this sort of... It can't go down there. It's important to explore around as much as possible with this. Those spikes are instant death, so don't fall on them. Alright, what is this? Sword hearts. Well, it comes at a price. I'll pay any price. Okay. Defensive. Longer to enemy attacks. Does seem perhaps somewhat questionable, but it does give me extra defense. If it gave me extra attack, that would be one thing. But extra defense, man, I don't know. How am I gonna do this, though? Oh, that was just death. Okay. Okay, then. Yeah. The dash, against the first boss, it's like I think I've shown some pretty good proficiency of that so far, but whatever, I suppose. I'm not even gonna go bother getting my thing again. I already got my cool heart piece. No, heart ability? Yeah, let's call it that. But, I mean, I don't know, extra defense. I'll throw it on anyway, why not? Or, can I? I can't. I can't equip it. Why not? That's a serious question. I don't know. Well, whatever. I guess I won't worry about it for the time being. Instead, go down here. Which I remember this was like one of the first deaths I had, just because underneath here is, in fact, a bottomless pit. Which, you know, pretty cool. And bam, bam. 2, done. All right.
Sister of mine, as I foretold you, someone is heading towards the Forbidden Gate. Someone who seeks the purge and excommunication of all that is sacred and rests there. No, do not place your doubts on me. I am ready.
Oh, there's Veldstadt with his goofy little walk animation, which is definitely something. Yeah, sure, why not? I think this is just essentially the Pardoner from Dark Souls, or the Snail Shaman from Hollow Knight. But whatever, I don't... It has some very clear... Oh, I could have gotten an execution there again. But, yeah, it has some pretty clear blood stains on the ground. You should kind of watch out for that. Just saying. Nah. I don't know if there are doors. I mean, there are clearly, like, hidden areas, as I've just found earlier, but I don't know if there are doors that you have to, like... hit open. At least in that way. It's kind of hard to say. Man, go down already. You're not getting those parries. Enemies do take a second to kill. At least at this level of mea culpa. Okay, then. Kind of confused there due to shenanigans with how my parry wasn't parrying. At least not in the way that I wanted it to. Get down there. And I swear wasn't there something that I found over here? Oh yeah, no, I guess you do actually hit open the, hit open some walls. I remembered vaguely finding some of this in like my first playthrough of the section, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Okay, come on now. Generous parry timing, clearly not that generous though. Alright, well, any point in time it seems like there could be more to the level, but there's not. I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. Whatever, the dash works pretty effectively nonetheless. That shortcut, get back up here to undo some of the other sins that I performed right now. Oh, I do have an inventory. Okay, nothing really to do there, though. I was wondering if that was like, you know, I don't know, an inventory of like a shop or something, because I don't remember seeing that before, to be honest. All right. The general flow of the game is pretty obvious, where it's like you go through an area and then you know, get a shortcut unlocked. I think that the way, at least as far as I can tell, it seems like the way this game works is that many projectiles can just be hit. But like stuff like big magic balls, not so much. You gotta dodge around those in other ways. I don't even think they can be dashed through. but I'm not entirely sure. Do remember this section, though. Yeah, he ain't gonna get me there. Doing grave looting doesn't really seem like something that someone that is penitent would be doing. Alright, come on. But then again, it's like, hey, if you're trying to excommunicate all that is holy from this area, maybe the rules don't really apply in quite the same way. It's hard to say. I'm not entirely sure what the, what is this guy, the penitent one, I believe his name is actually doing, to be honest. Look at this dude. Looking like he's about to execute Order 66. Heyo. There's 3 now. As it is, there is like a question of, hey, what is a penitent one actually penitent for? But I kind of like the idea that they might never actually explain that, because it's like everybody's penitent for something. I mean, the idea that, you know, you're given like literal, oh, come on, you can't just sit on the side of the screen here. Given like literal manifestations of sin and redemption. It's just like, it literally does not matter what you may or may not have done when it's like you're at the hands of the holy miracle in this way.
Let us be captives of the miracle, penitent one. Do not be surprised to find this merchant here. This ancient occupation requires me to be wherever I can obtain rewarding benefits. Call me Candelaria. For what I sell would make your eyes light up like the high bonfires. I will not ask you for any money whatsoever. Those forbidden tears you shed would be more than enough for me. Go ahead. Cast your darkened eyes over these valuable treasures.
All right.
What I am offering you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night. And may my eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
Protection against toxins. Seems like that could be good, but I don't really want to spend all of my tears as of right now.
You here, and may my eyes...
Creates fervor when destroying surrounding objects. So I guess that's a buff up when you destroy things.
Behold what I present to you. Though a small piece, its great power should not be underestimated. Trust me, for I have the blood of kings on the palm of my hand.
And yep, that seems like something to go check out. At least at some point in time. For right now, I'm still kind of going through this area. And also, just gonna do that right now. Make sure that I'm not going to be dying anytime soon. Oh, okay, yeah, I was like, there are bloodstains there, but I didn't see anything popping up. Okay. Nope. It was right there anyway. Oh, come on now. Well, whatever. It's not like I'm really using these health flasks too much anyway. Good, and these flagellant guys seem to be a little bit difficult when it comes to actually getting the timing down on their hits, so it might be at least somewhat prudent to try and go for just more regular hits comparatively. Do have a little bit of a cooldown on that. Okay. Especially when they're being flanked by these fellows. Gotta go get some of those new moves. They seem pretty cool. I was distracted by the ghost man appearing. Anyway. Well, now he's gone. I need not worry anymore about hauntings. From at least that one character, which is dressed very similar to how I am. Lore connections? Probably. Not that I would know. It's a good thing that he can't actually lift that up above his head. Or above, like, his stomach. As it seems like, I knew I was going to get hit there. so easy to parry because they telegraph that attack so well, but it's just like still annoying nonetheless. There we are. That cool slowdown. And yeah, I mean, you can definitely parry, it seems like, most attacks in the game, at least that aren't projectiles, or at least I couldn't figure out how to parry projectiles, but I mean, sometimes, dodging is kind of the better option anyway.
From a place of blessings have I been entrusted with watching over you, penitent one. Thus it has been arranged. My name is Viridiana. I have been granted a gift with which I can assist you in carrying your burden if required. But only you can make that choice. Penitent one in silence, will you require my assistance with your next task? Here
No.
I shall remain, lest you change your mind.
As we all know, the burden cannot be shared. So, check around here a little bit first. So I do remember that the task that is coming up is quite the task. Then I guess these are the teleport doors. I mean, they even got like the big swirly animation that you get in Castlevania. So, there you go. Good dodge, at least. Actually did not take any damage there. So, yeah. Cool. Gotta really get that. It's like the second you hit the ground, you can start dashing again, but you can't dash in midair, which makes a pretty big difference in terms of gameplay. From like your Dead Cells or whatever. Dungreeds. Oh, who am I even kidding? It makes a big difference from like the Dead Cells. That's the game everybody knows me for. Alright, well, let's go approach the task at hand. Also, I suppose I should go take a look. What do we got? Yeah, always the quiet ones, I suppose. All right, then. So, doing the classic Gaeta pose there, too, which is some pretty good stuff. All right, parries, though, pretty good at taking this guy out. Also, that charge-up attack that he's doing really does make for a lot of easy hits. Like 3 go right in there, then. As you can see, he can do a pretty good amount of damage. But I do kind of have the basics of this fight down. Well, I did. It's fine. Almost halfway down here. Because I can just get Floyd getting slapped. This does seem to be the same sort of character that was one of the people who got, perhaps not nearly as blessed by the miracles in the opening cutscene. At least as far as I can tell. Very Bloodborne monster-esque. But then again, it's like this might be another reference to a very specific era of, I think, like Spanish Christian art is a lot of what this game was inspired by. Like, I want to say 16th century, but I'm gonna admit right now, I don't actually know if that's right. All right, get right in here. And try not to get directly in the boss's hitbox, because that does seem sort of like just asking for weird glitches to happen. And there he goes. wonder if this is going to be an area I'll see later in the game. It definitely seems pretty interesting, but also very barren.
In the name of the great ordeal and the sons of the miracle, when you humbled yourself before my most holy body, you have been granted the presence of my golden visage, custodian of one of the three sorrows of the soul in penance. Our miracle has chosen me amongst all the peers, just as it chose you, to walk on the sacred sea. May the gold in my visage melt and erase the attrition of your soul. Heart of guilt, return now from the dream.
All right, thanks, Golden Skull Man. You have something.
You have carried out the first humiliation of penance. You have met the visage of attrition. You have yet to prostrate before two last holy visages.
All right, now I could go into the Desecrated Cistern here, but it seemed like I more wanted to explore around the upper area, which had the snowy wastelands. At least that's what I would think, because I mean the Deogracius, or whatever his name was, I don't actually remember now, did say that that was the second one to be going for. And from what little more I played of the game past this point, it did seem like going through the Desecrated Cistern would lead me to Jondo, the Big Bell, which is quite the concept. That it's like, you know, clock towers are pretty common in games like these. Literally just an area that is a giant bell, not so much. No, face the. I didn't know you could get enemies to face the wrong direction. That's kind of interesting. All right. Well, it did seem like there were a number of different. Is there a real connection between like plants and sin? I have no idea, but I suppose I'm not. Gotta stop trying to parry like it's Dead Cells and pressing the wrong button. But like, is there a connection between plants and sin? Because if there is, I'm not familiar. Only one parry per only one parry per parry attempt, I suppose. You'll excuse me. I just want to get over here to the previous area. Hey, come on, guys. Not that it really matters. I got plenty of flask charges regardless. And is this a save point? No, that was the shop. Which, I don't know. Defense against toxins I know would be pretty good for the Desecrated Cistern, but I'm still not really too worried about that's not really the goal that I'm going for right now anymore. Well, at least for the time being. We'll see in the future. I still have yet to get any more like upgrades for the sword and everything like that. Maybe there's one down there that I didn't see during my initial exploration. Hard to say. In the meantime, I'm always gonna like check out this area. I don't know. It seems like big snowy wasteland. I didn't even explore that the first time, so it's like this is going to be all new to me. All right. That said, it is still quite the trek upwards now, isn't it? In the suburbs of Custodia here, I guess. So I've yet to see the Veldstock guy though. Oh man, let's just. You can't dash past the shielded fellows. Oh, great. I don't think that makes any difference, but still. And done. 2 hits is all it takes, but I'm sure like soon enough it'll be even less than that. Still interested as to what sort of like upgrades or whatever I'm going to be getting because again, Castlevania, so double jumps, the whole like weird flying thing that you can get too. Hard to say. Excellent. Then, oh, well. It was just barely out of sight there, but yeah. And there we go. Don't really get the ability to crawl up, so that's kind of a thing. Yeah, I guess, you know, as I was saying, somehow I'm not surprised. Sin and trees are one and the same. What does this one do? Now, speed of attacks. There you go. All right, well, there's that then. Why does it immediately... What am I pressing there that is making me do what appears to be some sort of like attack against myself whenever I go out of the inventory? And it looks like I'm now fighting super flagellants, which is something of a problem because like I said, they're not really the easiest characters to begin with. Ah. Now then. That said, easy enough still, clearly. I mean, it does seem like you can really stun lock a lot of enemies in the game. Not every single one, but I mean, if it only requires a single dash to get by them, it's really not that bad after all. Okay, so it goes through floors too. I'm getting distracted by what exactly these guys look like, but... Hey, stop that. Oh, come on now. I didn't even see what that was. I was just trying to get a good look at the enemy here before I was going to brutally murder it. Yeah. Go recollect your souls, of course. And like I said, not particularly worried at this point about doing that, so I will leave that for a later time or something, I don't know. Don't really need to kill every single enemy I'm coming across, but I was doing that for a little while there. Oh, this is just a cave. For incense garlic. What does that do? Very hard to find garlic. Oh, so I guess this would be... Yeah. Terso, even referring to him right there. The affection of the miracle. Oh, and I didn't even look at this, now did I? Redeeming oil. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be like an optional thing or something to be doing eventually, but it definitely seems to be that is going to be used for something in the future. What exactly? I have no idea. In the meantime, so I probably should stop getting killed by, enemies that you can literally see, crawling underground, like trivially. Man, that doesn't actually do that much damage, but sort of looked like it did. Neat. Anyway. Continuing on here. Hey. What exactly is she throwing there is the question, though. And will I stop getting kicked by this woman? There. Well, used all of my potion charges, but I mean, hey, I've never seen that enemy before, so cut me some slack. Cool. Stop throwing that. Cut that out, you guys. Although I should probably go down a little bit more to see if there was anything underneath that. Is there wind? There is wind. As you can see from the flakes of snow, but also the way that the character was moving, even though I wasn't really doing much of anything there. Well, this is an interesting looking character. He appears to be made of stone or metal or metallic stone. And also does not even react to me attacking him. So, fun times. Alright, he's one of those characters that it's like you don't really get, Sure. He's one of those characters that you don't really get, like, parries for. You just use the parries to... It should be enough, then. Yep, okay. I saw that, and I'm just like, that's really suspicious looking. Get a bunch of hits with that, though. Probably also pretty easy to parry those guys. But yeah. The wind, when it's not working. It seems like most of these jumps are pretty easy when the wind isn't literally pushing you backwards. So that's going to be something to kind of watch out for. Speaking of things to watch out for. All right. Is that it? No, it's not it. All right, it seemed like it could only do dashing, but I don't know. It's also one of those things that I don't really want to try it anyway. Okay, so nothing really all that interesting vis-a-vis parrying from this character either. Yeah, some of them will just kind of shove you backwards, like the boss that I just fought. Some of them actually do. Good. Yeah. Oh, okay, that works actually. Yeah. Because there's got to be another save point around here somewhere, right? I feel like I've gone a little bit without seeing one. And I am starting to get somewhat worried. Ah, there's an enemy right there too, is the problem. Yeah. Knew that wasn't going to really work out too well with how that was going right there. Alright, am I going to fall in a pit this time? Tune in to find out. Tune into this very video that you're already watching. My bets? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Wow, weird. Anyway, doesn't really matter though. Worked out just fine. Oh god, this is like very, very bad. Especially with the wind and everything. It's a very slight wind. It is not one that is like super terrible. It could be way terribler than this. But at the same time, it is still wind, and that is, as per usual, a quite frustrating, vexing thing to deal with in just about any video game. And there. Now I guess I'm just going to wait until the wind goes the other way and then jump up onto the ladder and hopefully not fall off. Yeah, okay. Man, look at this thing. At least it seems like there's very little chance that I'm going to get hit by it. Can't say I'm a fan of having to make this sort of tricky maneuver. But first, as always, I should be checking in here just in case. You never really know what's going to be happening. Yeah, okay. Why not? Since you're not going to give me any save points, I guess I'll pay for healing. I mean, hey, it doesn't respawn enemies, but still. Which I suppose is a nice blessing. But still. Alright, what was the other thing here? Like, oh, so many different issues that are going to be arising. Oh, well, I can always just pay for it again, after all. Ain't nobody gonna be stopping me from that. From doing that. Oh. Just take the skeleton out and mash it into the stone. Alright, fine. Why not? Seems silly. Indulgence. Okay. I still don't know what that is. It wasn't clear what was about to happen there. So I guess that was just for that? I feel a little bit, that was not worth it. But, I mean, what else am I going to say? So I see you there. It's like, you're not going to fool me with your... you make me think that that's just some sort of nice piece of art. I know better. Anyway. Now we're really starting to try and play with some of the wind here, aren't we? Okay. I'll undo it one more time, and then... Undo it? Well, wait for it to happen one more time. I don't even know what I was saying there. At least I'm not going to fall into a pit. You know, having a Metroid, or, well, Castlevania style game, this is really way more Castlevania after all, that has bottomless pits is frustrating. It's not something that you usually expect to see in one of these games, especially because, like, Castlevania, for example, one of the main tenets of it was the idea that it's like, nobody really likes dealing with bottomless pits and platformers. Oh boy. This is fun on a bun. And it's like to have that sort of thing in here seems like a questionable decision. Ah, well. Anyway, in the meantime, might be not looking good on the potions, but maybe that's not going to be an issue coming up here. Also, fine. What do you got? I'm here after all. Piece of a tombstone. What does it do? Strangely found? I don't know, man. Eliminating recovery time. Resistance to falls. Sure. I'll take that. Why not? I do, after all, like falling. It's just, again, the pits. Those pits are... He's gonna say it. Oh, he's gonna say it. They are the pits. It's true. Look sort of like a boss fight about to come up, but I guess not.
Indeed, sister of mine. Our encounter is approaching. The miracle will protect me. I do not need your protection this time. Leave me alone.
And a little run animation. Like he's a linebacker or something. Okay, the charred visage. Which I guess is going to be the second visage that I'm getting. Are you an enemy? Definitely appears to be an enemy. But what I would like to see right now is a save point. I'm being real with you. Okay, thank God. I was, I'll be honest here, a little bit worried that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, I don't know. Why would I feel that way? Why I would feel that way, but you know. Ah, yes, the classic gigantic, okay, then. The classic gigantic, cauldrons of lava that you'll traditionally find in any sort of abbey. Oh, God. I was a little bit on it. Oh, look at this. And he just melted into oil? Okay, sure. Why not? Charred visage, I guess. So we got like... So we got like some fire symbolism going on here. It's a good thing this doesn't hurt my feet. Penitent one did not skimp out on the boots. Yeah? No? No? Oh. Guess I'm a little bit surprised. Unfortunately, other characters did. So we get this sort of thing happening. Alright, I'm just going to heal up and make sure that I'm not about to... die. Not about to take a lava bath, basically. Jumped a little bit too early. That'll happen. I mean, what can I say? It will, in fact, happen. And it did. So... there we go. And for your efforts, your reward is death. Why did I even walk underneath that? I knew what was going to happen. Yeah, this is not looking too good for me. These, I do not even know what their faces are, but there's something. This is where that whole, like, well, fall recovery is going to help. Or at least would have. If I didn't get hit by a gigantic sensor full of bodies that may or may not be living. I don't know. I mean, you seen this place? It's kind of hard to say what is and isn't anymore. All right. Well, there's plenty of other areas to explore around here first. Why do I do this? I can clearly see the... Am I getting poisoned? I am. Okay. Yeah, I should have probably seen, like, you know, big stinky green clouds. It's not a good thing to stand in. Don't do that. Can you actually, like, parry these guys? I probably should quit trying, but it seems like maybe there was something to that. That said, it's just like, boy, these enemies sure do seem a lot easier to fight than, like, the characters I was just meeting outside, don't they? Now, is this like just an elevator back down? Interesting. Because, yeah, I'll take an elevator back down. That's actually super nice. Super generous of this game so far. And, of course, there's things on top of the elevators because, of course, there are. But, hey, I can actually get to them right now. So that's something that I did not expect to have happen. What do you got? Oh boy. That's a long one. So much pride and assumption of an idolatry in each one of these stories, aren't there? All right.
Blessed are the eyes that with devotion see my tormented heart. Let the ones who are joyful in affliction and fasting come to me, for they are pleasant penance. 6 sting pains lance my flowery breast. Take the first one and purge one of your 6 mortal stings of the soul.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I expect to have happen there. Anyway, continuing on. Got anything different to say?
Let us be captive.
Okay, just the usual.
This is a precious treasure to me. Its value goes far beyond what I ask for it. And may I don mourning black if I'm trying to deceive you?
All right, what do you got? Increases the defense. Seems pretty good, but I don't have the money for it. Or tears, whatever.
What I am offering you here, and may my...
What does that mean? I'm gonna buy it. I don't even know what that means, but it's like, it seems interesting.
What I am offering you, and may my...
One of the 3 remains of an unfinished ceremony. I guess I'll buy it? That seems more like a quest item, I suppose, but I don't know, whatever, man. All right. Yeah, reveals the vital essence. Well, I mean, I don't really need the uvula, so just give me that. It's like, yeah, get a Tears of Atonement. Still don't know what the deal with that is. Tears of Atonement when breaking objects. Who cares? Doesn't matter at all. That's what I say. But, oh man, there's a save point right there, eh? Okay, cool, great, cool. Great and cool. Cool and great. Cool, great, 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 cool. Anyway, in the meantime, got another one of these guys, I suppose. Which, you know what? Yeah, give me a little bit of guilt cleansing. I'm not gonna go back and get my ghosts, my bloodstains. Then what does this do? Devoid of purpose. Well, that means that I should have it on at all points in time. Doesn't it? If I was going to take a guess. Okay. That's interesting. Hey, it's me. I'm back, I guess. Apparently. And that's cool. Oh, did I ever talk to you?
The winch of the Order of the True Shrine. In this place, we gather the remains of those who were separated and forgotten, so we can grant them holy burial as our charitable rule prescribeth. Help us, these poor souls, O penitent one in silence. The Order blesses you.
All right, interesting. No dog over here again. Also, there's just a body on the ground. I didn't even notice that at first. Because otherwise this place has been, I don't know, mostly free of people around here. Hey, I think I got something. Yeah.
Merciful be, penitent one. With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
All right. Cloth. What does that do? Sometimes buzzes? Emitting an unintelligible buzz. Huh? I honestly don't know. Anyway, I guess I never looked at that now, did I? Slightly strengthens defenses. Whatever. I got my Immaculate Pearl that does nothing. That's clearly going to be way more important, if you ask me. And was there anything else down here? I already looked in this room and everything, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the last thing I'm going to do for today, at least, is go back and check on the one area that I opened up all the way back here. Because, I don't know, I'm curious as to what's in that one... oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, I should have known.
This place is another dream, penitent one. They believe me a saint worthy of devotions, and the only thing I granted to their prayers was the saltpeter that runs through the stark land and rises through our bodies.
The punishment of the miracle for the false idol is to grant them false holiness. Do not try to obtain my name, for it is also covered in salt. Bring me anything that can be blessed, so you might crush this fate of mine and let me cross to the other side of this false dream.
Do I have anything?
Behold the linen cloth that soaks the sweat of fevers, of thoughts, of dreamt sins. A tool that obtains secret and forbidden confessions, even from those who already departed to the other side of the dream. In the name of the High Wills, I bless this relic. Watch over it, for it is now pure and sacred.
Cool. Do I have anything else that might do that? Now, what does this do? Listen to those who can no longer speak. Sure. Now then.
Bring me anything.
No, nothing else. All right, great. That's a thing I just got. I don't know how useful it's going to be, but I mean, it was a thing I just got. Anyway, now back to the I'll just gotta clean this chimney up there. a very I don't know, everyday sort of occurrence for what's otherwise been happening in this game so far. I still got to clean your chimney. Why not? Alright, in the meantime. Oh, okay. It allows you to see the vitality of the vital essence. So, in other words, it shows you health. Gotcha. That's actually one that I'm probably going to keep on at all points in time because I really like being able to see enemy health. Just in general. It's actually quite nice. Lets you judge a little bit better as to how long you should be fighting any individual enemy. And also how much damage, like, the parries and everything are doing, too. Hey, stop that. Because it's like, I am curious about that as to... I mean, it does certainly seem like they're doing a lot more. Or, you know, if I'm even doing damage against a lot of characters, too. Yeah, no, that'll be pretty nice to have. Just unfortunate that it does require some, you know, slot to actually use in the first place. What's this now? All right. Perpetuated in sand. Oh, it's another relic. Cool. Formerly invisible ledges. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's very similar to the beginning of the game, at least it seems, but I don't know. Well, I might as well equip that up. Are there invisible ledges, like, all the way at the beginning of the game? It does seem like there might just be, because there was that one area that I couldn't really go to before. And I mean, if you just got this thing right here, why not see if there's a place around here that you can use it immediately? At least that's my line of thinking. I don't really know if that's going to, you know, mean much of anything, but I suppose I'll see. In about 5 seconds, roughly. There is still the tutorial I hate to go through. Then I guess next time it's probably going to be going back to the... Oh, there you go. Right there. Unfortunately, I got no idea how I'm going to get up there. But yeah, there's at least an example of what that looks like. Yeah, I'm going to go continue exploring the area on the top of the mountain and see if I can't beat whatever sort of boss is in there, get the second humiliation.